Hello and welcome back to JankTech. I can't do too much two-handed stuff because I got a cat in my lap. Oh my gosh, y'all, how's it going? It's been a while. I've been real lazy with my own channel. I just need to take a break from YouTube every once in a while. And in this case, like absorb everything that's new and different about Star Wars Unlimited in this Secrets of Power era of stuff. Before I get it started, you know the drill. We got a couple of Discords. I like them a lot. Please come check them out if you want some more cool Star Wars Unlimited community. We've got the swupdx one right up here. That is a Pacific Northwest area Star Wars Unlimited Discord. We talk about everything, previews, special events going on, yada, yada, yada. And then, of course, we've got the Nightsisters for female fans of this game. It's a great spot to just to hang out with other like-minded people and not get your opinions shouted all over about things. Okay, anyway, we've gotten all of this fun stuff out of the way. What's going on? What's up with this video? Okay, so this deck is bizarre. And, I think that means it's an appropriate way to come back after not having done this for a while. So what is this? This is JankTech wrapped presents under the worser tree. Of course, we're celebrating Life Day because Christmas is a thing that just happened. Hopefully everyone's is great. And, Star Wars, Life Day. Anyone that's seen that coked up holiday special knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, so what do we got going on with this one? Essentially, we are taking DJ and Thrawn together and wrapping up big presents and unwrapping them on your deploy. So the deal with this deck and why this is a fun one for me in particular, and hopefully I get all the technical stuff right here with my OBS as I'm talking, and I don't have my my Boba Fett like and subscribe thing pop up a bajillion times, is that this is something that my Twin Suns group, well, my regular play group in general, we do a Twin Suns Secret Santa thing every year where we do a budget. It's around $30. And we give somebody in the group a deck that we make for them, and then we all play them. And I'm actually going to be recording our game of this deck with the other decks. And we go into these fresh. We don't know what the deck's going to be like. So this is something that I made for someone that I play with that I was like, oh, I think this player can handle some BS from me. So what makes this deck extra cool is that I hand proxied every single card in the deck. So I'm actually going to be going through using my own little proxies, and apologies in advance if my hand looks gross. I deep fried some food at home and I have, burned myself a little bit. What are you going to do? In any case, I am going to scroll down in Firefox a little bit just to clean up this window a little bit, and I will have the deck list posted on SwuDB like normal, and maybe I can maybe I could talk Parker into putting these versions of the cards up on there, because that'd be fun. In any case, let's check out our leaders. Again, if you have issues with legibility, I did my best to write as good as I can. I got, I'm one of those chicken scratch people. So, okay, what do we got? We got DJ, we got Thrawn. Thrawn has an ability on his regular side. When you use a when defeated ability, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, use that ability again. So we want to have lots of cards with when defeated abilities in this deck, and boy, howdy do we. Thrawn deploys at 6 as a 4/7 with the ability to use when defeated abilities a second time every single round. So Thrawn, we're going to be playing a lot of stuff to take advantage of Thrawn's ability, and these ones we want to pay full price for as much as possible. And the reason I'm saying full price is because DJ is our other leader. DJ is an oddball. He's a double yellow. I have this all framed here that I like, these ones aren't going to look as good, but every other card other than the leaders is going to look fine. Anyway, DJ is a double yellow, so you can play him with either a villain or a hero leader, which is really cool. His whole deal: action, exhaust him, choose a friendly unit. If you do, play a unit from your hand. It costs one less. The chosen unit captures it. DJ lets you take advantage of when played abilities on things. This is why he is so good, because you can get things out ahead of curve and get their when playeds. And then if anything is like an undercosted unit with a downside, then we can mitigate that with him. He deploys at 6 resources as a 4/6, comes in as a saboteur, and he says friendly units that are rescued enter play ready. I'm going to try to read off of my screen rather than down on my playmat, so the whole video is not me like looking down like this. So what this means, and I was talking about Christmas presents earlier, sorry cat, is that we're going to be playing when defeated units. Obviously people don't want to defeat our things with Thrawn because we can double that stuff and it's extra bad for people, but we're wrapping our presents, we're putting them underneath all these when defeateds. We're using DJ to squirrel these things away and release them later on his deploy turn. You don't always want to deploy DJ at 6. You want to deploy DJ when you can safely remove the unit that's captured all your stuff from play. And this will become more clear as we go through all the cards and stuff here. So without further ado, let's get into this deck. And, you know, just to be thorough here, I did actually proxy the base too. Yeah. There's like a style. Somehow I ended up drawing things in like cute sort of ways. So we've got 34 units. Let's start with the porgs. Oh my God. So porg, it's a 1/1 for 0. Why would I want this in the deck? This means with DJ, you can play a 3-cost unit on your first turn. Remember, DJ lets you play something for 1 less as long as you can capture it underneath something else that you have. So you play a porg and then you can immediately play something that costs 3. And I'll show you some of the things later on that are going to be useful for this. Let's see, like something like you can play Bodhi Rook on your first turn. You can play Ozzel on your first turn. There's so many cool things that can happen with the porg enabling it. Like later on, this card isn't really going to do much, but early on, oh my gosh. Okay. Next up, we've got the Donnie Pilgrim. Look at her. She is so resolute. So she is a 1/3 for 1. When played and when defeated, heal 1 damage from your base. This is great. She's got an ability we can double with Thrawn. We can play her for free by playing her with DJ's ability to get her out for free. If she gets released from her DJ bubble, you can still take advantage of her with Thrawn's ability to heal. This is like a great little unit. The 1 costs in here are mainly meant as I can play this for free with DJ's ability by capturing it cards. Here's one of the few that you don't necessarily want to just squirrel away. First Order Stormtrooper. It's a 2/1 for 1 on attack, and when defeated, deal 1 indirect damage to a player. I did do all these cards in order, by the way, so I feel like I was still feeling it out with our First Order Stormtrooper here. Let me take a brief aside to explain the deal with all this. So I bought some 110-pound cardstock to do a project with the Arkham LCG and realized that it wasn't going to go through my printer. I normally use 80-pound, which does barely work through my printer, but this was just like all the stuff I found at Michael's because it was the only thing they had. And I'm like, okay, well, I've got all this cardstock. It's pretty much the same thickness as the stuff that Star Wars is printed on. So I'm like, I think you can just put these into an actual deck. Like I just hand cut them. I made a little template. I just figured out what size markers I wanted to use. Like this is 100% hand drawn. This was like so much fun to do these. But if you want to do something like this at home, 110-pound white cardstock, you can get it at Michael's. I don't recommend buying off of that nameless online merchant because we're not going to get into that here. In any case, aside, done. We got a cute little first order stormtrooper. This is an excellent guy for you to play for cheap and then put some other things on underneath it with DJ, because nobody wants to get that doubled indirect damage from like a one cost unit. ISB agent. Oh my God. So ISB agent, in addition to just being a dapper little dude with his mustache and his microphone, it's a 1/3 for 1. When played, you may reveal an event from your hand. If you do, deal a damage to a unit. This is really nice for pinging a shield off of something. And because it's a one cost, you can play it for free with DJ's ability. You still get the when played. You do have to reveal an event, but you know, whatever. We're gonna be hopefully like playing a little ahead of curve, so it's gonna work out fine. Got Reckless Gunslinger. Reckless Gunslinger 2/1. When played, deal 1 damage to each base. You can smuggle them in for 3, but I mean, we want to play it for free with DJ. It's so cool that DJ lets you do all the when played stuff. And like, as you'll see when we get to like later cards, like the Crackshot Viewing, this completely gets around the downside because this could get damaged, but if it gets captured, it's not going to be around to get damaged. So, you know, things are going to work out just fine for us. But anyway, Reckless Gunslinger, it's just some cheap ping damage that we can get for free. And then we'll have this unit just sitting around waiting for whenever we are able to play it. Stolen Land Speeder. Yeah, vehicles are tough, okay? This classic card, oh my gosh, I love the Stolen Land Speeder so much. I think DJ actually makes it reasonable because DJ turns this into a free 3/2 unit that you are capturing. You don't get to like claim the bounty and get experience on it, but you do get a reasonable unit for free. So normally, when played, if you played this unit from your hand, an opponent takes control of it, but because that when played effect doesn't happen until after you play it and capture it with DJ, then it's not around for anyone to take control of. Yo. Okay. And then, of course, it has the bounty if you own this unit. So basically, if you capture it or kill it, if you play it from your hand and give it to someone else, then you can play it from your discard pile for free and give it experience. That's not likely going to happen. This deck, we're just stacking it under other stuff, and we are squirreling it away for cheap to hopefully just pop out later on his deploy turn and swing with it. Admiral Mahdi, of course, you know, you're playing Thrawn. You have to use Admiral Mahdi. Look at him. He's so happy to be plotting there. He's a 1/1 Imperial official. When defeated, you may ready a villainous unit. So the great thing about pairing DJ with another leader in Twin Suns is that normally you can't use heroic or villainous cards in his deck because he is just double yellow unless you want to pay aspect tax. Here we get to take advantage of that kind of cool stuff. Admiral Mahdi is awesome if you want to stack other things underneath him with DJ and reap the rewards of getting to ready things. I'm not 100% sure if you can ready something that was captured by Mahdi if he dies. Like, I'm not sure of all the timing with that. So if anybody wants to let me know, please leave that in the comments. This is like, DJ's a weird leader. He just like, he introduces like stuff that's like really, you have to know the rules like super good with a lot of situations, and especially like timing with, oh, the active player has to resolve whatever, all things at once. In any case, Mahdi is great. Like, you play Mahdi, you love Mahdi, you like being able to potentially ready a couple of units. We got Crosshair, filled with doubt. He is a 2/3 on attack. You may deal 1 damage to another friendly unit. If you do, deal 2 damage to the defending player's base. Obviously, I don't have a cat on my lap anymore, so I'm going to move around a little bit more freely. So Crosshair is cool because you can stack your guys up underneath someone else, especially like someone like Mahdi here. And if you use Crosshair's ability to deal a damage to one of your guys, that you've been capturing things with Mahdi, well then great. You can kill your own guys. You can deal extra damage to the base. You can do any win defeateds that happen because you're damaged something else. Like Crosshair is so cool with the Thrawn DJ combo. Like he helps to enable, like, we need our units to leave play at certain times, and being able to get some little extra damage boosts on the base. Mwah. Desperate Commando. Of course, we've been playing Desperate Commando with Thrawn since Thrawn came out in JTL. It's a 2/2 for 2. When defeated, you may give a unit -1/-1 for this phase, which we can double with Thrawn, which is super cool. I'm going to throw in a pause really quick. You're not going to notice, but trust me, I will be several minutes older. All right, we are back, and I was talking about the Desperate Commando and how great it is to double the -1/-1 as a -2/-2 that you can kind of spread out among things. And yeah, this is a great one for tucking stuff underneath with DJ and saying, yeah, whatever, what are you going to do? Get rid of it? Well, then your guy is donezo. Heck yeah. What is next? We got Director Krennic on the verge of greatness. He is a 2/2 for 2, shielded. The first unit you play each round that has a when defeated ability costs 1 less. Oh my gosh, we love Krennic with Thrawn. We love Krennic with Thrawn so much. You see this guy in your opening hand, you keep your opening hand because you are going to be playing ahead of curve and eating good so much of the game. He just is so great at getting your Thrawnable things out early that you may want even to consider using, like, actually playing a Thrawn thing with DJ to get a 2 discount on it. Because, you know, like, that kind of ahead of curve shenanigans is awesome. Okay, we got Jar Jar. Yeah, I seriously put Jar Jar in this deck. Okay, and let me tell you why. Okay, so what's Jar Jar's deal? Also, I couldn't get Jar Jar's face, like, perfect because that iTorpedo art is just the friggin' best. Oh my gosh, he's amazing. But, you know, I gave it my own little stylistic, like, he's still gonna be like, ooh, you know, we captured his face. He's a 2/2 for 2. On attack, deal 2 damage to a random unit or base. So with Jar Jar, the cool thing about him is that if you hit your own guys, it's fine. Most of what you're doing is putting a bunch of things under one thing. So that gets you some damage on your units. That lets you dictate a little bit more, like, okay, I'm gonna like loosen this one guy up, and we will hopefully be able to kill it off a little bit easier and proc some of our delicious when defeated effects. And, you know, if you hit someone else's stuff, that's great too. Like, we love hitting other people's things with Jar Jar. And I think I may have made a mistake with this one. Yeah, Jar Jar's supposed to be a 2/3. Look, doing like 80 something of these, you're gonna maybe make a mistake here and there. So yeah, Jar Jar's supposed to be a 2/3. I'll make sure that my recipient knows that. If anyone else notices any errors in these, please let me know, because I did try my best to get them all right when I was doing them. Lothcat. Oh my gosh, I love Lothcat with this combo. So it's a 2/1 for 2. When played and when defeated, you may exhaust a ground unit. So that is something that you can just play. I mean, this is a good card just normally. You play it, you exhaust a ground unit. You play it with DJ for 1 and less, you tuck it under something, you still exhaust a ground unit. If you have this out and then put a bunch of things underneath it, then you swing into something, you kill it, hopefully trade, and then exhaust 2 things with Thrawn's ability. That's awesome. Like, I love Lothcat. I think Lothcat is super cool with these 2. Next up, we got Nightsister Warrior. That's a 2/2 for 2. When defeated, draw a card. It's great. Like, you also want to play this on turn 1. Start capturing things with her immediately. Because no one wants you to draw 2 cards. Drawing 2 cards in this format is so good. Because we got 80 cards to cycle through. And Anything that helps you do that to get to what you need that's going to win, that's going to help you win is like, of course, you want that. Yeah, Night Sister Warrior, awesome. You see it, you play it. The Oom! Y'all know I love the Oom. It's a 2/1 for 2. When defeated, deal 2 damage to a base, or 4 with Thrawn. Again, another excellent target to start putting things underneath, because anybody that kills this, you're going to be like, you're taking 4 to your base, buddy. Thrawn's doubling this, and nobody's going to feel good about that, you know? Yeah, love that with Thrawn. Ruthless Assassin. Okay, so this is a really neat one with this. It's a 3/3 with Overwhelm for 2. When played, deal 2 damage to a friendly unit. So because we have things like the Loath Wolf, we have things like the Oom that we are putting things underneath. Ruthless Assassin, you can play for 1 with DJ, and then whatever you're putting it underneath, you're doing damage to. 2 damage is, I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at on your own, guys. So if you put this under an Oom, if you put it under Val, who's got some damage on her, like, you can get it out immediately. Like, the fact that you can play a 3/3 for 1 is super cool. And if you can keep this in your little wrapped present that you unwrap on DJ's deploy turn, then all the merrier. Like a 3/3 for 2, a 3/3 for 1 is an incredible deal if you can manage to stack up enough things at once and overrun everyone else. Of course, we got Val. You know, we got Val. You have to play Val in a Thrawn deck. So Val's a 2/4 for 2. She's a bounty of deal 3 damage to a unit, but when defeated, give 2 experience to a friendly unit, or 4 experience to a friendly unit with Thrawn's ability. So because of the way Twinsuns works, the active player always chooses the order to resolve these different things in. So if you attack with Val, she gets killed, then you can say, okay, this player, okay, if you promise not to mess with me, you can deal 3 damage to something. And then I am going to go ahead and just put 4 experience on a unit. But you always get to pick first if you are the active player. So you can put your 4 experience on something just in case you don't think you can trust your buddies. Yeah, Val's super good. Like, if you have Val out on your leader deploy turns and you put 4 experience on Thrawn or a DJ, like, that's nothing. Like, oh my gosh, super good. In our last 2 cost, we have Wolf, the Suspicious Veteran, 3/2 for 2, Saboteur. When played and on attack bases, can't be healed for this phase. So Wolf is an interesting one. So yeah, you can play him early. You can play him aggressive early. You can play him for 1 as there's an Iden player that's really making me mad and I want to shut her down for a turn kind of deal. Of course, the fact that Wolf is a Saboteur is useful in this format because of the thing that I've said many, many times. Sentinel. There's barely any in this deck. Oh my gosh, I'm not following my own advice on this one. But again, this is more of like we're going to play something wacky as our little Christmas present to ourselves. So Wolf is potentially really interesting to bring in on a turn where you think someone's going to actually like close the game and take somebody out. And you're like, okay, we're going to play Wolf and you're not going to heal your base by killing another player. And I think that's pretty cool too. But like the fact that you can just like play it for 1 and trigger that effect is pretty neat. I like this a lot. We've got the Academy Disciplinarian. So this is a neat kind of card to have in this deck. So 3/4 for 3. When played, you may deal 1 damage to a friendly unit with 2 or less power and ready it. So yes, you can use it for its intended effect. And I think there's enough enough units that you can do that with in here. And yeah, I'm going to be like messing with my hair the whole time because I'm in that awkward, like, I haven't gotten it cut in a while. And are my bangs, like, do my bangs want to be bangs? Does it want to be hair again? I don't know. But, you know, whatever. In any case, Academy Disciplinarian you can use if you have guys captured by Mahdi, if you have guys captured by the Loth Cat. You just use DJ to play it for 2, capture it underneath these little 1 health dudes, and then it's one played, deals a damage to your little 1 health dude, and all of a sudden you got yourself an Academy Disciplinarian out for 1 less. I think that's pretty decent. Like having this guy out on turn 1, a 3/4 for 2. Like if you were able to get it underneath a porg, like that's, you know, that's not nothing. Admiral Ozzel, dude, yes, please give me more Ozzel in my life. Like I will never complain about having more Ozzel in my life. So Ozzel, as clumsy as he is stupid, can you say it like, you got to say it like Vader. So 3/1 for 3. When defeated, each opponent discards a card from their hand. Are you kidding me? You do not want Thrawn to double this. Like, oh my God, this is so bad for everyone else if Thrawn doubles Ozzel. Like this card was like essentially what got me to buy Intro Battle Hoth, because I'm just like, yo, we gotta put Ozzel in a Twin Suns deck with Thrawn. Oh my goodness. Also, look at his little mustache. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Ozzel, like you're gonna play him at full price, unfortunately. But what that means is that you play something else on him later and kill him on purpose and make everyone else your friend. This is one of the, I think, cards that's an auto include in a DJ deck, because again, DJ is double yellow. You can play those sweet, fun double yellow cards, and this is Twin Suns, so we're not going to worry about cards like Bodhi Rook rotating out when everything rotates soon. 3/3 for 3. When played, look at an opponent's hand and discard a non-unit card from it. So Bodhi Rook is another one of those. You can play this on turn 1 if you have a Porg. Heck yeah. Like the fact that you get some information, you get to get rid of something that's a problem. Love it. Love Bodhi Rook in this deck. Death Trooper, 3/3 for 3. When played, deal 2 damage to a friendly ground unit and 2 damage to an enemy ground unit. Again, you use this to play for 2 with DJ and blow up whatever it's being captured by in order to let it loose a turn early and make a win defeated effect go off. I like the whole idea of like killing your own guys is like, it's such a fun one with this deck. Rafa Martez. I feel like this is one of those cards that I really like putting in Twin Suns decks, and I've never seen anyone else use her, but I think she's neat. She's a 3/3 for 3. When played or on attack, deal 1 damage to a friendly unit and ready a resource. You can potentially, if you play this on a Porg on turn 1, Porg, DJ ability to play Rafa. She does 1 damage when played, kills the Porg, comes out, and readies a resource. And if you have like another 1 cost, you can play that. Like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen, but it could, and that'd be pretty cool. But like the idea that you can just damage your own guys when you attack and you can ready a resource, that means that you're readying a resource that you used to play something at a discount with DJ and capture it. Yes, please. Yeah, she enables your BS for sure. We got a new card from Secrets of Power, Unruly Astromech. Speaking of Aitor Prieto art, God, I like, you know, I had to make the guy that was getting electrocuted look unhappy. Like, you'd look unhappy too if some Unruly Astromech was getting you. Anyway, it's a 3/2 for 3. It's hidden, so nobody can attack it the first turn it comes out. When defeated, exhaust an enemy unit with Thrawn, and that's 2 enemy units exhausted. This doesn't care about arena either. That's pretty cool. So this is one where, again, we want to play this at full price, so then we can put something else underneath it and discourage people from swinging at it. And it's likely going to stand a better chance at surviving till the next round anyway, because it's hidden. So hopefully you'll be able to stick something underneath there the next time. Another new card that's like one of my like this, like I want to put this in every Twin Suns deck just on general principle, but putting it in Thrawn, oh my goodness. Arinda Price, on the road to power. She is a 4/4 for 4. When defeated, you may defeat another friendly unit. If you do, deal 4 damage to each enemy base. Are you kidding me? 4, like, what did I tell y'all? I'm like, you can potentially double this and get 8 damage to base as long as you've got enough guys to kill. And like, let's not forget here. Oh my God, I did it. I did it so bad. If you have multiple guys to get rid of and do this twice and double it with Thrawn, you're not only doing a ton of damage to everyone's base, but you are also getting rid of guys that you used DJ to capture. Like, there's just like being able to kill other guys with your guys is so useful with abilities in this. And it's just like, yeah, like Price, oh yeah, like she can probably finish the game off for you if you play her at the right time. Heavy, I was just like, let's see how big I can get Heavy's gun and still fit it on here. This was a fun one. He's another 4/4 for 4. Coordinate, he gets raid 2, which he hits real hard. And when defeated, deal 1 damage to each enemy ground unit. This is one that I've found some success in actually playing him early with DJ, because nobody wants Heavy to come into play, so they're gonna leave your stuff alone. Because like also his when defeated like really stinks to give enemy ground units all damage. Like, yes, please. I love that. Another card from Intro Battle Hoth. I think Intro Battle Hoth is worth picking up even if you're not like a little beginner player. I'm sorry, like little, like I don't want to sound diminutive. Like even if you're not new to the game, I think Intro Battle Hoth is worth it. There's some cool cards. This one I've got in another deck that I'm going to hopefully do a video on soon too. Hoth Lieutenant, 3/4 for 4, which sounds expensive. When played, you may attack with another unit. It gets +2/+0 for this attack, but you know, you can play it for 3 with DJ and then get a buff on an attack with something. It's just like, yeah, this guy's great. It's like, it's not like the Snow Trooper Lieutenant where it's conditional on the type of unit. It's just like anything. This guy will buff anything and be happy to do it. Yes. Cantina Bouncer, another staple DJ card. Again, it's another double yellow card that we're going to keep because we're cool Eternal Twin Suns players. Cantina Bouncer, it's a 3/5 for 5. When played, you may return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. So bouncing something problematic that an opponent played, maybe they stacked a bunch of lightsabers on some stupid Gunji or something, or you play it and return the thing that you play it with DJ for 4 resources, and you use it to return whatever you just used to capture the Cantina Bouncer that maybe even has something else under there. And then boom, that's back in your hand. You can do its when playeds again, and whatever it had captured, including Cantina Bouncer, is rescued. So yeah, like this, there's so many different things you can do with this card. It's just like it's a very good, flexible utility sort of card. Love it. And you know, its butt is big too. Hey, we're talking about butts again. You know, where would we be without butts on this channel? Duchess's Investigators. It is a 4/4 for 5, which is like, you know, a little steep. But when played, you may disclose 1 cunning. If you do, each opponent discards a random card from their hand. That sucks. Dude, that sucks. So this is basically a 4/4 for 4 if you use DJ's ability. And you know, it's gonna be fine swinging with this. Like once it gets rescued. Is it the greatest card in this deck? No, but it is a cool when played effect that in Twin Suns I think everybody is going to hate you for. So yes, please. The Mandalorian, of course, we gotta have the Mando pilot in here. So 5/6 for 5, which is a deal. Considering also when played as a unit, exhaust up to 2 ground units. So if you use DJ, you can play him for 4 and capture him, still get the exhaust and the ground units. Also, though, having the option to pilot this for 2 and just make one of your ships way better is pretty sweet too. So like the combos with Mando are pretty awesome. And when you play Mando as a pilot, for 2, exhaust an enemy unit in this arena, which is fantastic and gives it a +3/+1. I love this. I think this is another one where Mando is good kind of whatever you're doing with him. This is one of my favorite ones right here. It's Zero. Like doing, I was like, how am I going to make a hut into a stick figure? The answer is you don't. You just make Zero kind of a cutie pie. Oh yeah. So 0 is a 2/8 for 5. When played, for each opponent, you may exhaust a unit that opponent controls, which when you're playing this for 4 resources, really is awful for everyone else. On attack, for each opponent, you may exhaust a resource that player controls. Like 0 is so good. 0 is just like such a good Twin Suns card. Like you want to play 0. Every opportunity you have to play 0, you should play 0, and it's just going to make everyone else focus on this big butted hut and like not on whatever other kind of like hijinks you're trying to get away with. Academy Defense Walker. It's a 5/5 Sentinel. Went for 6. When played, give an experience token to each friendly damaged unit. So this is another, like there's a couple of things that you can do with this. You can play it at 6 resources and have a big old Sentinel out and take advantage of the when played, because we've seen some of the other stuff in this deck. Our guys are going to have damage, especially if we can get Jar Jar, running rampant on the board. Or you can play it for 5, still enjoy the when played, and whenever you unwrap your present, you still have a Sentinel waiting underneath the tree. It's just your size, trust me. I also, in case anyone else is thinking it, I know what the gun looks like here, and I'm sorry. That's how it looks in the regular card, y'all. Yeah, let me scroll down here. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much like the same thing. So what are you gonna do? We got the War Juggernaut. Yeah, of course we got the War Juggernaut. So War Juggernaut with DJ. The day I recorded this, I played this deck a few times. I had a game where I played the War Juggernaut 3 times. It was incredibly awesome. 3/7. This unit gets +1/+0 for each damaged unit. When played, deal 1 damage to each of any number of units. So you can play it a turn early with DJ. You can play it at 5. And you still get to damage everything, especially if you put this on Mahdi, Lothwolf, whatever, like something that dies in a single hit. Then you can just get the War Juggernaut out. And if there's a lot of units out, then you're like, ooh, I got a really strong War Juggernaut ready to swing next turn. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think getting this out early with DJ can be super cool. This is also one that you can play on DJ's deploy turn at 6 resources, 4/5 before deploying DJ, as long as you've got a way of tripping it. The timing ends up so weird on DJ, but if you structure your turns right and kill your own things or return them to your hand at the right time, then getting the War Juggernaut out, just oh geez, there it is so awesome. It's one of the best things about the top end of this deck. Grand Admiral Thrawn. It's like Grand Admiral paragraph. Oh my gosh, there's so much text. So Thrawn is an 8/7. When played, an opponent may choose a non-leader unit they control. If they do, this unit captures that unit. If they don't, ready this unit. When defeated, a friendly unit captures an enemy non-leader unit in the same arena. So I feel like Thrawn is not something that you want to play at a discount with DJ, because then you don't get to capture something with him It's kind of unfortunate. That kind of thing is why I don't have the 3-cost capture coordinate chip in this deck, because like it doesn't really work with the discount. But you play Thrawn at 7, you either get an 8/7 ready or you get rid of something problematic, like I don't know, like somebody's Luke. And then his when defeated effect to capture stuff, possibly capture 2 things because of the Thrawn leader, is awesome. Like so cool. I love this Thrawn as the top end. I think he's so cool. And then last of our ground units, we got Lando. Just trust him, okay? Like I feel like you have to play Lando with DJ. So Lando, 6/8 for 7 with grit. When played, you may choose an enemy unit and another friendly non-leader unit. If you do, heal 6 damage from your base, and the enemy unit captures the friendly unit. So this is one of those ones where it's it's hard to get the timing right, you know, because you're like, I could play Lando for 6 with DJ's ability, have him get captured under one of my own guys, and then his when played ability procs, and you say, okay, I choose an enemy unit and the friendly unit that just captured Lando. I heal a ton of damage from my base, and then the enemy unit captures the unit that Lando is under, and now we have Lando a turn early. I wish there was a better way of like making all that work, after DJ was deployed, because I feel like there's some way of doing this to get him out ready, but still, like, getting Lando at 6 resources is pretty good. Anyway, he like come on, a 6/8 grit that heals your base a whole ton. Yeah, you can trust him on that, like, you know, and he's got his little friend Lobot with him too. Anyway, that's our ground units. What do we got for space? We got 25 cool space units all ready for a perusal. Crackshot V-Wing. This is a 1-cost unit. We want to capture this and play it for free with DJ, just like we did with our ground units. It's a 2/2 for 1, or a 2/2. That's free. When played, if you control no other fighter units, deal 1 damage to this unit. Well, okay, guess what? We don't care. It's going to be captured, and it's not going to take the damage because it's out of play. Of course, with this, having it come in damaged is not the worst either, because as we've seen with some of the other cards, you can more easily have them die. And so you can release them with DJ at the right time. Escape pod. Yeah, you gotta have the escape pod with DJ. So it is a 0/3 for 1. You don't play this at the discount. You have to play this just like out. When played, you may have this unit capture a friendly non-vehicle, non-leader unit. So this one is useful if you want to unwrap your present. And so I feel like there's some really cool things that you can do here, that if you're trying to stack all your things up for DJ's deploy turn, you can attack with something, play the escape pod, wrap it up in there, and then play something that kills your escape pod after you deploy DJ. There's also cards like Fight Fire with Fire and Sneak Attack in this deck, so you can use the escape pod to capture something that you freed with Fight Fire with Fire. You can use it to prevent the thing that you sneak attacked out from dying. You can use it with Triple Dark Raid. No, sorry. You can't use it with Triple Dark Raid. Triple Dark Raid is just vehicles. But there's a lot of ways of saying, okay, we want this to get captured, and then we want to bring it out again with DJ later. Maybe we have the Geonosis patrol ship, and then we'll exploit with the escape pod. Like there's just, it's ways of like shifting your cards around and just finding ways of keeping your things from dying until you want them to die. This is a weird card. I really like it. Inferno 4, of course, Inferno 4. 2-3 for 2 when played or when defeated. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Put any number of them on the bottom of your deck and the rest on top in any order. So, like, this card's kind of good to play either way. Like, discount with DJ is good. Getting a 2-3 in space for a 2 with this cool ability is good. Either way, like, you can't go wrong with the Inferno 4. Onyx Squadron Brute, of course, like this is one of those like classic JTL Thrawn cards. It's a 2-3 for 2. When defeated, heal 2 damage from a base. This is a great first turn play. Remember that DJ doesn't care about arena when you use him to capture stuff. So you can capture ground units with space units with ground units, yada, yada, yada. Nobody's going to want you to heal 4. So, like, they're going to leave this alone, hopefully. Pirated Starfighter. Oh, my God. Oh, this is like the DJ card of DJ cards. 2-4 raid 1. When played, return a friendly non-leader unit to its owner's hand. So, like, you can do some dumb stuff with this card. Like, you play a pork. You play some sort of 1 cost on your first turn. Like the like you play a crackshot viewing on your first turn. You can then play a pirated starfighter with DJ for 1, capture it with the first thing that you played, and then pirated starfighter will return that to your hand, so you'll get the pirated starfighter out. So you're like, okay, well, now I've got a 2-4 raid 1 on turn 1. But the pirated starfighter also just has the ability to let you return the unit that's captured a bunch of stuff anytime you want it. So, like, it's really handy to have these, like, hatches here. So it's just like you captured a bunch of cards, you've deployed DJ, you're like, pirated starfighter, boom. Now we got our present unwrapped. Like, it's just such a cool card. Trying to figure out when to use it is such a challenge with him, but it's definitely worth it. Rokai Gunship, of course, in a Thrawn deck. 2-1 for 2. When defeated, deal 1 damage to a unit or base. Getting to double that is just super good. And of course, stacking things underneath it with capture is awesome. Because again, like, people aren't going to want to kill these things because they have to deal with the consequences of the when defeated effect being doubled. Heck yeah. Zygerian Starhopper, or, you know, you tell me how to pronounce this card. Like, who knows? It's a bunch of Star Wars nonsense. It's a 2-3 for 2. When defeated, deal 2 indirect damage to a player. Again, 4 indirect damage total when doubled. But the cool thing about Thrawn doubling things, it doesn't have to all be the same person. So, yeah, another great one for you to use DJ to pile captured units underneath. Droid Missile Platform. It's a 4-2 for 3. When defeated, deal 3 indirect damage to a player. Like, this thing dies to a stiff breeze, y'all. And, like, being able to use this to disincentivize people from attacking it is also cool because it hits, like, a lot. This thing definitely punches above its weight class. Yeah, I love the Droid Missile Platform in this deck. It's definitely much more of a, you have to pay full price for it and then sneak things underneath it. Still super cool. The Elite P38. Of course, the Elite P38 works so good with Thrawn and with DJ. 3-2 for 3. When played and when defeated, you may deal 1 damage to a unit. So you can play this at a discount, capture it, still get the ping damage, or if you have it out at full cost, then you capture other things with it and say, if you get this, that 2 damage is coming your way. And then, you know, point pointedly at your opponents. The Hutt Cartel Starfighter. I like this one a lot. It's a 3-5 for 3. When played, you deal 2 damage to it. Or you pay 2 with DJ, and you don't take any damage because it's not in play anymore to take that damage. Ooh, yeah. Love it. Landing Shuttle. Landing Shuttle is a 2-4 for 4. When defeated, you may draw a card. Or 2 cards. 2 cards is great. I feel like I've been repeating myself a lot with how the Thrawn and DJ abilities work. But remember, just when defeateds, you want to pay full price most of the time because DJ is here for us to get undercosted when played abilities, and Thrawn is here to make sure that those things will have a safe place to crash. Got the Hemogula Heavy Fighter, a 3/4 for 4. When played, deal 3 indirect damage to a player. Exhaust each unit damage this way. Another good candidate for playing a turn early with DJ. Of course, it's a DJ deck. You gotta have the Libertine. 3/7 for 4. A 3/7? That's a lot. Let's just double check that I got that one right too. Libertine. Yeah, dude. 3/7. This unit gets +1/+0 for each captured card it's guarding. I forgot the word card on there. You know how this works. When played, choose an enemy unit and a non-leader friendly unit. The enemy unit captures the friendly unit. So if you're using DJ's ability for this card, you play this for 3. You have somebody capture the card that the Libertine is underneath with its when played ability. So then the Libertine actually comes into play. You don't have to do this at 3 resources. Like, this again is a card that I think the game is like, you should play this on your 6 resource turn after you deploy DJ and then free all your buddies. But yeah, like having these different ways of releasing your pile of stuff that you have played at a discount underneath your own guys. Libertine's another great card to do that. And if you can use it in subsequent turns with DJ's ability to capture your own stuff, then you're just like, oh, this is getting big. Oh my gosh. Got the Shuttle ST-149, the Prestige variant. It's a 3/4 for 4. Shielded. When played or when defeated, you may take control of a token upgrade on a unit and attach it to a different eligible unit. I don't think you can play this for 3 with DJ and give its shield to something. But correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'd like to be wrong, but I don't think I am. But because it's both a when played and when defeated, then you still can get the benefits from Thrawn with stealing other people's stuff. Again, if like someone else is playing a bunch of like token upgrades, like, you're playing against the new Leia, you're playing against Tarkin, you're playing against this, that, and the other thing that hands out experience, you can still get that. You can still get that with the when played ability, even though this isn't in play anymore if you play it and capture it immediately. And of course, like getting to double that effect is always great with Thrawn. Devastating Gunship. It's a 3/5 for 5 with grit. When played, defeat an enemy unit with 2 or less remaining HP. I mean, this thing is also great to play with DJ. Do the when defeated, and then you'll have this thing out later. It'll be awesome. Like a little bit of removal, super good. And mentioned this one earlier, the Geonosis Patrol Fighter. 3/2, exploit 2. When played, you may return a non-leader unit that costs 3 or less to its owner's hand. So the cool thing about this card and how DJ and exploit interact with each other is that normally this costs 5. It has exploit 2, so every unit you defeat reduces the price by 2. So if you kill 2 guys, you could, in theory, play this for 1 normally. If you use DJ and defeat 2 of your guys, you can play it for 0, which means you can defeat the guy that you are using to capture this and just get it for even cheaper. And you can still use its when played ability on bouncing something else. Likely you're not going to need to use it on your own guys, but you can use it on your opponent's stuff. Like, this is just like a weird card with DJ, and I love it so much. Like, you don't necessarily have to defeat your guys with it either. Like, the exploit really helps to enable DJ's hijinks, but like, you don't always want to kill your guys, and you don't have to. And being able to get this out at a discount without the exploit is also really useful. But if you want your discounts to really stack on this one, you can do that. The punishing one, hey, Dengar ship, it's back, baby. But you know, in this version, so it's a 3/5 for 5. This unit gains raid 1 for each damaged enemy unit. When played and on attack, you may deal 1 damage to a unit. So you can play this undercosted, get that nice ping on the capture, and then whenever it pops out, well, hopefully a bunch of stuff's going to be damaged. Too bad it doesn't work on your own guys being damaged, but you know, the dream here is to curve punishing one and then war juggernaut, and then those two together are just, oh my god, it's like such a good combo. I did try building a DJ Red deck that had those cards, so I still need to like actually get multiple real copies of the punishing one. We'll get there. I can't imagine this card's that expensive right now. Like let's just see the punishing one. I love that that these finally are integrated here. Yeah, like $1.15, pretty good. You know, I could do $1.15. I'm fine with that. We got the legacy run. Of course, you gotta have the legacy run in a Thrawn deck that has yellow. 3/3 for 5, but when defeated, deal 6 damage divided as you choose among enemy units. Potentially 12 if it's doubled. Are you kidding me here? That's so much. Like, this one might be worth playing early just so you can have that in your back pocket and set up for your deploy turn to like wipe the freaking board, dude. But it's not the worst to play at 5 either, just because it is such a threatening bomb. Like, maybe you could play the Mando pilot on this. Like, people aren't going to want to... Like, it's really interesting watching people not want to mess with your defeatable Thrawn doubleable units. And this is definitely one of them. Oh my gosh, it's so many things that it can mess with in Twin Suns. And speaking of messing with things, the cat just jumped back up on the table. So we'll see how this interacts with this whole business down here. Yeah, I know. I hear you, baby girl. We got the CR90 Relief Runner. It's a 4/6 for 6. It's got Restore 2. It's got when defeated, heal up to 3 damage from a unit or base. This is just such a great Thrawn card. Being able to put your healing in different spots is really good. If you double this, being able to heal 6 from your base is huge. Like, so good. And like, also it's got Restore. It's just like, ugh. It's a great top end chip. I kind of wonder if like after rotation, if this is going to be a thing in Piet Blue, because you know this is from JTL. I'm real interested to see how that stuff works out, but I don't really need to care that much as someone that likes Twin Suns. I'll be like, again, play what we want when we want. Chimera, again, the Prestige Chimera. I love this one. I love the dopey little like serpent heads on here. So it's a 5/6 for 6. When played, you may use a when defeated ability on another friendly unit. When defeated, create 2 TIE Fighter tokens. So this is like another one that you can play at 5 if you capture it with DJ. And like just get a when defeated effect on something that doesn't actually need to die. Like so you could, in theory, like if you had a Rinda Price out, you could play the Chimera. You could use Arinda's ability to actually defeat another thing in order to do damage. And you could do it a second time. It's ridiculous. Like the way this card interacts with the other Thrawn cards. Obviously it's supposed to. It's Thrawn's ship. Yeah, of course. But man, is it fun with DJ. And then also like the ties. The ties are nice. It's like you don't really need them, but it's nice. But it does mean that if you have Krennic, then you can just get this out earlier too. So yeah, Chimera, awesome. Ruthless Raider. This is one of the few where I'm like, I think I could have done better on the art. But like it's Ruthless Raider. Everybody knows what Ruthless Raider does, even though mine looks like a giant space nose, like that's got a cold. The fact that it's a very good card in this deck is not going to change. Okay, all right. Oh my God. Okay, come on. Okay, cool. We're still on focus. We're still doing good. The killer cat is not upset or anything. So 4/6 for 6. When played and when defeated, deal 2 damage to an enemy unit, 2 damage to an enemy base, and 2 damage to an enemy unit. So this one, like being able to play for 5 with DJ, get the benefits from that is great. Being able to play it at cost and maybe capture some things, like I don't know, like later on in the game it's not going to matter as much, but like the fact that Thrawn can double this and do 4 damage to a base and 4 damage to a unit when it dies, like that's pretty awesome, y'all. So like Ruthless Raider is like, you're going to want to see that in your top end. That's going to be fantastic. Fleet Interdictor, likely you're going to play the Fleet Interdictor just at 7 because you just, at this point in the game, you're like, no, we needed a big space Tonkas and we need it to stop anything that's coming through here. And the fact that you've got when defeateds that like clear the board space-wise is like super good at this point in a Twin Suns game. So yeah, you're probably just going to use this with Thrawn and not DJ because of like how the timing works out. In terms of like when you can play it and when you can deploy DJ, and like it's so much more situational, but still great card for late in the game. Got the Radiant 7, the Prestige. Ooh. I think this is like every DJ deck's top end. So it's a 5/6 for 7, definitely worth using DJ to play at 6 resources. Each enemy non-leader unit gets -1/-0 for each damage on it. When played, deal 5 indirect damage to a player. If only it was to everyone. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. So yeah, it's like you deal a bunch of indirect damage to somebody, you tuck it under something, and then deploy DJ, and then hopefully you can kill whatever thing that was that had the Radiant tucked underneath it, and then get it out ready, and then debuff everyone. It's like it's a great move. Like DJ players, like, no, Radiant 7, great card. And Fulminatrix are yeah, I know there's another one after this, but this is the most expensive card in the deck. This is like, you've played DJ or saved him, and you haven't deployed DJ, or he's been deployed and killed, and this is like on 7 resources. Maybe DJ died on his flip turn at 6, which is real likely given how awesome his ability is. This is another good one to just play. And if the worst thing that happens is you play it at 7, you tuck it under something that you immediately melt with its ability and trigger the when defeated, I think that's pretty decent. And then you got a 9/7 for people to deal with. Love it. But like Fulminatrix is like, yeah, you're not going to use it all the time, but the situations when you need it, it's going to be really cool. Like the fact that it can pop itself out immediately and you just get the 1 discount on it is super good. Okay, and then last up, we got the Malevolence. Oh, we got Grievous's ship here. It's a 7/7 for 9. Exploit 4, restore 2. When played, give an enemy unit -4/-0 for this phase. It can't attack for this phase, so this can shut down a leader. It's sort of customizable in terms of like, when do you want the Malevolence? It's got like, you can deep discount this thing. You could essentially play this for free if you have enough things to exploit, but like, are you going to want to? Because again, you can get the DJ when played to discount it 1 further. So it's unlikely, but it could happen here. I think this is one that, like, depending on the board state, you're going to probably like exploit maybe 2 with this, which will give you like up to a 5 discount with DJ. I think that's pretty good. I think being able to say this leader doesn't get to do anything this turn is pretty awesome, considering how impactful a lot of leaders' flip turns are. Okay, we got some events. We got 20 of them. Oh my gosh, look at all these cool events. Thanks for bearing with me with this, y'all. I know that this is like a departure from the norm here. I think this is like a super fun project to do with these. So I'm just having fun showing them off too. I know this video is like already over an hour long. We're gonna get there. Fight fire with fire. I tore Prieto art in the original. Choose a friendly unit and an enemy unit in the same arena. If you do, deal 3 damage to each of them. Again, we can pop our little matryoshka that's got all of our stuff captured for DJ. We can make a when defeated go off on one of our guys. We get to do some damage to an enemy as a special bonus. Like, dude, you can use this for like the legacy run to just kill it and wipe the board. And like, what if you, so like, here's an example. 5 resources, you play the legacy run. 6 resources, you use DJ to play a war juggernaut for 5, capture it with legacy run, do damage to everything on the board, and then you play fight fire with fire, deal another 3 damage to something else in space, and to the legacy run, and then use Thrawn to deal 12 damage to everything else on the board. Like, wiping the board before, like, on the leader flip turn seems pretty cool. And that's thanks to this, baby. Wartime profiteering. One Tambor is hard to draw as a stick figure. I'm just putting that out there. It costs 1. Look at cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of units that were defeated this phase. Draw 1 and put the others on the bottom of your deck in a random order. So this is one of those cards that I like a lot in this format when you know a lot of stuff's going to die. And obviously they meant this to go along with like exploiting cards. But I think when you're playing Twin Suns, this is already going to be pretty decent considering how much stuff like tends to die on certain turns. And since we're trying to kill our own units sometimes, we can at least get like 1 extra thing from it. So I think using this for a little bit more card draw can be pretty good. A new adventure. You gotta have new adventure with DJ. I love the 3PO here. He makes me so happy. Return a non-leader unit that costs 6 or less to its owner's hand. Then its owner may play it for free. We're going to want to use this on our own guys most of the time. God, this cat is being so good. Oh my goodness. We're going to want to use this on our own guys most of the time, especially if we've stacked a bunch of stuff on a unit and then we flip DJ and then play new adventure. Like that's like one of the ideal uses for this. But occasionally, like, you know, if someone's got a big problem unit that's got a bunch of upgrades, this will help deal with it. So yeah, new adventure, great. I think that goes in every single DJ deck. Heartless tactics. Okay, so this is another one I gotta apologize a little bit for the art. I did this and I was like, this looks like some sort of like adult situation again. And then you look at this, you're like, okay, yeah, like Dengar is just like sneaking up on this poor dude that's caught underneath a bunch of flaming rubble. But in like taking the details down, I kind of made it look like well, you know what? I don't need to like explain it, you know? Anyway, it costs 2, exhaust a unit and give it -2, -0 for this phase. Then if it has 0 power and isn't a leader, you may return it to its owner's hand. You can use that on your own guys, which can be super cool, especially if you've already attacked with them. Again, having more options for returning stuff to owner's hand, real good with DJ, with wrapping up your big present and then giving it to yourself on your deploy turn. Jump to light speed, return a friendly space unit and any number of non-leader upgrades on it to their owner's hands. The next time you play a copy of that unit this phase, you may play it for free. So we get another when played opportunity. If someone did something like put a bounty or condemn on one of our cool, like, big old space units, then this will take care of it. But again, this is like we've stacked a bunch of upgrades on a space unit. We've stacked a bunch of stuff from DJ's ability under the space unit. Jump to light speed is like, great. You return your space unit, you get all your stuff, and then you get to play it again. Woo! Last words. Obviously, we're doing Thrawn. We are going to have our guys dying. For 2, if a friendly unit was defeated this phase, give 2 experience tokens to a unit. I love this one. I love the way that they look in stick figure form. Like, you could just feel Obi-Wan right there. Just like, oh no, you poor sad guy with your little Padawan rat tail. Okay, we got self-destruct. Yeah, you know, the poor Wookiee. For 2, defeat a friendly unit. If you do, deal 4 damage to a unit. So we've used DJ. We have a pile of stuff under one of our guys. It has a cool when defeated effect. We blow it up with self-destruct. We do 4 damage to something. We get our when defeated effect. We got all of our guys that were undercosted. Thrawn doubles the when defeated effect. It's great. Everybody loves it. Sneak attack. Like, oh, man. I love this chibi Falcon. I don't know. Like, this is the first time I've drawn a Millennium Falcon. Can you believe that? I'm like 43 years old. I was like, I've never drawn the Millennium Falcon before, and it came out looking all like chibi. So it's a 2-cost event. Play a unit from your hand. It costs 3 less and enters play ready at the start of the regroup phase. Defeat it. So you get an undercosted unit that comes in ready. You can't combine this with DJ's discount, but you can do cool stuff like play the escape pod and take it back. You can bounce it with one of the many bounce cards that we have. You can, because this unit is going to leave play that you sneak attack, you can then use DJ's ability to sneak something undercosted underneath your sneak attacked unit, because we know that's going to leave play regardless. It's too bad that this happens at the start of the regroup phase, because I think you can actually still use Thrawn at the start of the regroup phase. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think because it's one of those, when something happens, you can like react to it, and things ready at the end of the regroup phase, I think you can still use Thrawn to double the when defeated on this. This is another one. If I'm in error, please let me know. I think you can use Thrawn's doubling with sneak attack, which is super cool. Yeah, I think this is such a neat card for this deck in terms of like the hijinks that you can get away with. Merciless contest. Each player chooses a non-leader unit they control. Defeat those units. Yeah, it's 3. It kills one of everyone's things. We want our guys to die. You got to choose the right time to do this, obviously. But you know, like, you get this at the right time. You pop your balloon full of discounted things. Life's gonna be good with that. Like, yeah. Oh my gosh, I have such a pile of stuff over here on the table out of frame. Oh my goodness. Power of the Dark Side. I love this Vader so much. Oh my God. Like, who would have thought he'd be so adorable? 3, an opponent chooses a unit they control. Defeat that unit. We're still playing Thrawn. We still got to have some removal stuff in here. So, yeah, sometimes you just got to kill something. And, yeah, cute Vader's going to do that for us. Triple Dark Raid. Wait, what's that? Wait, what's a ban list? Oh my gosh. Triple Dark Raid is awesome in this deck. So for 3, search the top 7 cards of your deck for a vehicle and play it. It costs 5 less and enters play ready. Return it to owner's hand at the end of the phase. So when I said that I played a War Juggernaut 3 times in a game, I played a War Juggernaut at 4 resources because I had Triple Dark Raid and I lucked out. I got War Juggernaut with it. War Juggernaut comes in, hits everything, smacks big, bounces, and then you can use DJ to play it the next turn, hit everything again. It's still cheap. Like if you can use this to get like the Radiant 7 out, it's like there's so many cool like tricks you can do with this. And since the thing is going to return to hand, then you can you can use DJ to sneak something in, undercosted, and then presto changeo. Oh my gosh, it's out now because this thing goes back to hand. I love Triple Dark Raid, you know. I miss this. This has been banned for so long at this point. Waylay. Like, yeah, we gotta have Waylay. Waylay is like, in an emergency, you can use it on your own guys. 3 cost, return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. But it's just useful for getting like other people's stuff out of the way too. Like, just like always good. Waylay is always going to be good in this format. Cunning. Did you know Cunning is like a budget card now? Like, I remember when this card was like so much money earlier on in this game. And I feel like nobody is playing these double aspect cards anymore. But yeah, the fact that Cunning you can get for like $5, like, are you kidding me? Like, whew, how much the game has changed in like a year and a half. Like, oh my gosh. In any case, Cunning, it's 4. Choose 2 in any order. Return a non-leader unit with 4 or less power to its owner's hand. Give a unit +4/+0 for this phase. Exhaust up to 2 units. An opponent discards a random card from their hand. All good things. We're DJ players, and as you can see, there's not a whole lot of sentinels here. So Cunning is probably going to be like we're going to exhaust some stuff with it and bounce other things. But, you know, it's situational. And, like, hopefully we'll be able to use it in the right situation. I love this card. Definitely got to use that. Fell the Dragon. Got these sand people with their crate dragon pearls. 4 cost, defeat a non-leader unit with 5 or more power. I mean, this is useful if someone's got like a follower of the way that they've put a bunch of experience on. Or like the aforementioned Gunji with a lightsaber, whatever. We're going to get rid of that. Like, this is a pretty good removal card for that kind of situation. Y'all ready for paragraph? Impropriety among thieves. Yeah, we need this. We need this in this deck. 4 cost, choose a ready non-leader unit controlled by each player. If you do, each player takes control of the character unit controlled by the player to their right at the start of the regroup phase. Each player takes control of each unit they own that was chosen for this ability. So the person that plays this card gets to do a little swapperoo with everything else for the phase. And what's cool about this is that you can use DJ's ability to sneak your guys underneath an opponent's guy, get them out for less, and then they'll stay captured by the opponent's guy. But then you're like, well, now I'm kind of incentivized to kill this thing, or like if someone else kills that, then I benefit. So it can create like some interesting alliance things happening, and like fun interactions with table talk. Y'all know how I love like table talk. So yeah, I love impropriety among thieves. Like if I get a chance to play this card in a deck, I'm gonna do it. Take down, like, you know, what can I say? Sometimes all you need is a boot to the head. 4 cost, defeat a unit with 5 or less remaining HP. Also not my finest piece of artwork, but I think there's plenty of other gems in here. Like, yeah, it's fine. Basic removal. You still need basic removal. Now, this is one of my favorites. You have failed me. 4 cost, defeat a friendly unit. If you do, ready a friendly unit with 5 or less power. That could be the thing that the friendly unit was capturing. Oh my gosh. Also, this was like so fun to do. I don't know how well this is going to come out in the final, but like it's even got the little blue lines to like be the screen where Vader was like, you know, Tella strangling Ozzel, and Piet's all like, oh God, dude, I'm an admiral now. But yeah, like being able to defeat your own guys, to ready your own guys is fantastic. Oh my gosh, like there's just so many ways that you can combine this with freeing your captured things, taking advantage of when defeated effects, readying the stuff that was captured, the works. So good. Commandeer. God, I love this card so much. Love the Twi'lek and the Stormtrooper here too. Take control of a non-leader vehicle unit that costs 6 or less without a pilot on it. If you do, ready it at the start of the next regroup phase. Return that unit to its owner's hand. So someone gets all like big and bad, they play like a Ruthless Raider on their turn. At 6 resources, you just commandeer it, okay? The really fun thing with this, and I didn't realize this until like literally the day I recorded this, I think you can do this on your own guys. Like you have to be okay with it bouncing, but that's fine for this deck because we're gonna undercost things. Like in the game where I played the Ruthless Raider, 3 times, it's because I commandeered my own Ruthless Raider after I swung with it a second time, then return it to my hand to then play again the subsequent turn. It was awesome. Oh my gosh. Again, correct me if you can't do that. It's like, can you take control of something that you already own? Like, I feel like it would say take control of an enemy non-leader vehicle unit if it meant that. But yeah, like being able to use that with DJ to return your own thing to your hand, I think is really cool. So yeah, like definitely I might have to research that one, but like commandeering, pretty neat. Retaliation, 5 cost, defeat a unit that dealt damage to a base this phase. Hey, guess what? That can be a leader, guys. I think this is a cool removal card. I like it a little bit more than Vanquish for a 5 cost, because this one kills leaders, and like the fact is that you might not be able to get away with not taking damage with a lot of removal anyway, depending on how you sequence your turns. I don't know. I like this card. I think it's good in this deck. And then finally, Evacuate. This is another one. Like, this used to be a lot of money when Shadows came out, but man, the price fluctuations of this game, those first few sets. Anyway, 6 cost, return each non-leader unit to its owner's hand. This is so cool. If you stacked a bunch of things in your first 4 turns with DJ under a unit, 6, you deploy DJ at 6, you play Evacuate, everyone's stuff goes away, your stuff pops out ready from the one thing that you squirreled away. Love it. I love this so much. It's such a cool card. Such like an unexpected like ha 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 to everyone that you're playing with. I didn't switch this back. Like not that it matters a whole ton, because we have literally 1 card left, and it's this one. It's Creditor's Claim, our only upgrade. This one was really fun. Also, I tore Prieto. Again, I'm so happy that when I went to Galactics, he put up with me visiting him multiple times and telling him that he was the coolest. Attached unit gains. When defeated, you may defeat a unit with 3 or less remaining HP, and you get +2/+2 on the thing that you're playing this upgrade on. So obviously great with Thrawn because of being able to double this when defeated thing. You can play this on a when played thing that had its when played, it happened, it's done. And then, okay, well, we can get a little bit more out of it with the Creditor's Claim. So yeah, that's the deck. It's incredibly fun to play. It is like a little weird. Like, people are kind of just like, what are you doing a lot of the time? But I think like people are kind of like catching on to what DJ is all about at this point. But yeah, I've got plans for a few other decks. I've been experimenting with some fun combos. Like, one is some older favorites. One is some weird new stuff. I can't wait. And yeah, if all goes according to plan, I should hopefully have a video of this deck getting played with our other Secret Santa decks, and I'll have lists for all of those. But this is the only one I'm doing a strategy on, because obviously, like, I didn't make the other ones. Yeah, it's great to be back. Thank you so much for watching my things, y'all, for liking and subscribing. That Pack Wars video with Parker did super good. Oh my God, how did I forget until now to mention this? I'm just so happy that people have been into it, and I can't wait to get some more stuff done. I did get a budget Star Wars cosplay thing done too. So as soon as I get my act together, we're going to have like a new little cosplay thing at the end of my videos. Not quite yet, but I got to record some music first. Anyway, that's it from me. Hope to see y'all soon. Hope everyone's life day went great, and I look forward to doing more of these in the new year. Oh yeah. Yeah, so see y'all next time.